many folks know, but the IAC, the monthly meetings really got the start here in the library, right in this room. And at the time, the library, this room was, we all know as a typical basement. So the staircase was open and there was storage all around us and there really wasn't much of a ceiling.
The stage there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
So, this is where it really all got started. And we thought that way back when, and I'm really talking 35 years ago, we thought that if IAC really wanted to make a dent in the community, that we should really get at the basement and get around town. And we did, and the philosophy at the time was to visit all of the different organizations and have each organization highlight what they did in the community, how they worked for the community, how they worked with other members in the community. And that brought IAC together in terms of its mission and its vision. The library was always a wonderful host while we were here. They welcomed us. But it was the impetus for really bringing IAC to the general community. So it's great to be back to the future today. So, thank you for the invitation to talk about.
You guys are up.
Yeah, go for it. Welcome to the library. Perfect. You want to come? Yes, sir. We're happy to have you here today. Please don't accept this awards. And the past year, along with refurbishing this room, the building underwent a roof replacement. We've also replaced all our windows, both for big and expensive projects, but long overdue as this building is defaced. Please tour the library on your way out and see the many changes. And now the library department has to introduce himself, telling a few things about each department.
Cue the phone.
I know the fixed it and now you have straight static what you assume it percolates. Instructions. My name is Carol Stern and I'm in charge of the Robert R. Coastal Island History Room. And we have a variety of library materials and archival materials out there. 2 years ago, we constructed a climate controlled archival room. The materials that we have. We collect books, artifacts, pamphlets, maps, microfilm documents, records and manuscripts, and microfilm of local newspapers, which we're trying to digitize currently. All of the items are mostly directly related to Glen Cove history. We do Long Island history, but most of it pertains to Glen Cove history. The history room is open to the public from 2 to 5 on Mondays and Thursdays from 9 to 12. And if that's not convenient, you can come in by appointment. And that's what we do upstairs. And if you have any materials, if you're Glen Culvers and would like to donate to us and have things in your house, you don't want any more that pertain to Glen Culver, we would love it.
Anyone else from library?
Okay, so I'm Carol Cowan, head of youth services. I passed around everybody a quick flyer, just what's coming up at the library. What's really important right now for everybody in this room that has a person is summer. Right, so summer reading for adults, summer reading for kids, right? We're all about the summer. We have tons and tons of activities for Glen Cove families. We would love to see everyone that actively participates in our summer reading club. Every child will be special party at the school in September or October. They handle all of that, but that's really a nice thing for us because we're collaborating on that. And a lot of our local agencies usually come to us, like Kwanzaa, the EOC, and some visits from Tigerman coming. So if you know of any agencies that want to come to us during the summer, we would love to have them. And if you know of any agencies that would like us to visit them during the school year, let us know. And I would love it if you pass me information on it. We have a really fun summer planned and everyone should be reading. So like that.
My name is Maria Fernanda Pardo. I'm the bilingual Spanish speaking librarian and I'm head of the literacy department. We serve the large immigrant population in Greenville. Last year, we had 380 classes and more than 1,300 students coming. We keep increasing the IAC classes. We are offering for 3 different levels. We have been for the past 3 years offering GED classes for people to obtain a high school diploma. We have had so far 3 people graduating, and we expect some more. It's a very difficult test, and we hope that that gets changed because it is very, very difficult, and the New York State Department recognized that. We offer classes in Spanish for crafting because that we noticed that a lot of the immigrants want to start their own businesses. So we give tools for them to learn new things that can become a little business. We offer citizenship classes in Spanish and in English. So far, in about 5 years, we have helped 45 people to become citizens. And that program is volunteer based. We have, at this moment, we have 15 volunteers that help with ESL 101, because we don't have a lot of space, so they work with a little table with 1 or 2 students. And we also have the citizenship preparation, which is a great program. We offer computer classes and technology assistant classes that we have. The technology is one-on-one in Spanish because we have a lot of organizations in Glencoe that help youth and the schools, but we know that if we don't have the adults, the level of these children will never get to what it should be. So we have focused on that, and computer classes are a skill that should be great at it. We have been starting to offer with our volunteers book discussions in different levels, because it's not only to attend a class, but to really be able to put in practice what they learned in a discussion. Now, very close to my is been our relationship with the Truck 7 Center. I just spoke to John. The labor that they are doing is incredible. We have had for like 2 years, 2 workers. Initially, we had 3. They help with social services, applications, with anything. They have been helping with immigration, helping fill out citizenship applications, anything that you can think of, and it's not serving only the Hispanic population, but the entire population, because English speakers come. So we are being able to help the poor, the immigrant, the uneducated, the older people. So thank you, John, because it's collaboration. Thank you. Thank you. And well, we have a lot more, but I know there is not a lot of time. I put some flyers, and they are available in both languages. That way you can enjoy it. We have citizenship here, computer class. So please look for them.
Good morning, well, my name is Amy Mondello, and I am the head of adult services here at library. I handle the adult programs, listening, creating flyers, sending out contacts, email blasts, many of which you guys are on our mailing list. I handed out a flyer with the upcoming program, which is just a sampling of what we do for the adults in the community. Some of the more popular programs are our author visits, which are full, but we are slowly returning to in-person virtual, in-person programs as well, just to get people back in the library after COVID, and then the construction of our community when we were virtual for a long time. So we're we've been very successful so far. Last night we had a trivia program here, and I believe there was, 52 people that came to a program, that my coworker Marissa had set up and run. We offer programs, we have concerts, book discussions, lectures, or other visits coming up in June to celebrate, for Juneteenth celebration. We have a cookbook club featuring Jubilee recipes from 2 centuries of African American cooking, as well as a African drummer who's going to be coming in to demonstrate. We have had game night at the library, which has been a success as well. Upcoming one, a program of importance that's coming up is scheduled for Tuesday, June 25th. We are going to be working with the New York Blood Center to have a blood drive here at the library. That's also in your packet. There is a blood emergency now, so they are, in dire need. So if you're interested, please scan the QR code, set up an appointment. And also another thing I would like to mention is the library's Museum Pass program, which is on the 3rd page of the packet I handed out, which allows families, individuals access to numerous museums and gardens, both on Long Island and in New York City. And this has been very successful. We also can save a lot of money by visiting new museums using our passes. We've been doing a lot around here, and we also do have the adult summer reading program that's going to be starting on June 27th, where people read 3 books in a certain period of time, submit reviews, and then we'll answer it into a raffle for a chance to win a prize. So we've got a lot going on here, and a lot of different programs and a variety of things to offer for people of all ages. We hope to see you at some of our programs. Thank you.
Anyone have any questions for anyone from the library?
It may have been addressed, I was late, I'm sorry. Living in Locust Valley, are you able to utilize the web?
Yes.
You are.
Any library is out there.
Part.
Yeah.
Nassau County borrow program that if you have a Locust Valley card, you can use it. Some materials might be restricted, like museum passes be restricted, like Cove residents. But the collection, the books, the DVDs.
And you can return the books anywhere. Which I love.
Yeah.
It's super awesome, because we go with my kids, we go to different places sometimes, and we just drop them off.
Hi, sorry, good morning, I have one. For the museum passes, I'm running a summer program. Will we be able to get the passes for all the kids, or is it just individual?
It's individual, not set up by the museums themselves. Each museum offers different perks, like the Long Island Children's Museum with the pass. You can borrow the pass and it allows 4 people in. It's not unlimited, unfortunately.
Thank you.
But the museums do work with.
Right, they're great.
They do a museum privately, they will accommodate.
Oh.
Tony?
Thank you. Tony Jimenez, Veterans Affairs, and I just wanted to point out what a friend the library has been to the veterans. This year at Memorial Day, we honored a Civil War casualty, and the information we gained on him was through the library. So we're very grateful for that. And the program that they were run, joining the school with patriotism, and we heard the speaker this summer, the winner of that award, and she did a fantastic job. And I know that there's a very strong connection between the library and the veterans. And the top of the cherry on top is the banner program. We absolutely love that pattern. And I know members that are sitting around the table have people that they're related to in the park, and I get so many compliments on how that program is run and the value of it. So
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
It's a great program.
Anyone else have any questions, comments, concerns?
I have a comment,
Yes.
and I myself from Glencoe VOC, we have a good relationship with the Glencoe Library, and numerous occasions they had allowed us to use their facilities to do workshop for our youth. I wanna say thank you.
No one else? Yes.
Why are we doing accolades? I'll say my husband and I moved here in 2007, and within a week of moving to Glencoe, I was in the archive room because I wanted to know where we lived. And as far as so many connections to Glencoe, from Joan Harrison to then the museum and so many things, it all started with the library because the history, to be able to be part of a community, it makes such the history. And that component really was so, I discovered that our home was built on the property where the Leicester General Store was, which was also a post office, and that was Leicester Hill, so many things, and that is such a great asset. And then, again, I just want to say the banner program was just outrageous. We actually underwrite one of those banners, and I know so many, it's such a great gift to our community, just John.
Can you guys do the Library of Things as well, or no? Do you not do that
No.
anymore? Oh, you stopped doing it? Okay.
We never did before.
Oh, you did for a little while. Well, oh,
But what we have during the craft programs, if a person comes without needles, without yarn, we facilitate those.
gotcha.
And you still have the seed library open?
What's that?
What is
What's the
that?
seed library?
Yeah, where patrons can come and take up to 15 packets of seeds.
Wow.
If you want to return seeds, once you have harvest your
That's awesome.
plants, you can bring them, but it's a yearly thing.
We'll talk later. Well, it is legal. Poppy seeds, I like poppy, I like sunflower. I can tell. Bringing it all together now, go ahead.
No, we've been working, working with the library for many years, various programs, been a resource. One thing I love, not being born in Glen Cove or living in Glen Cove up until a couple of years ago. I love on Facebook, there's this one page that's like the history of Glen Cove, and people are constantly putting pictures, and it's all pictures from the library. So you get to see everything
Sure.
that was here. So thank you for that. I love knowing where you come from, so you know where you're gonna go. So it's very important. That's a big thing. On that note, couple of different things that are happening in the city in the next couple of weeks, months, so on and so forth. Juneteenth celebration is this Saturday. We have our Gold Coast Car Show coming on the 23rd. That's Figgy and the Gang, one of the nicest car shows on Morgan's Park. On the 27th, we have Bat Boy, which is a new play that's supposed to be coming to town. A little bit of baseball history, some music affairs. That should be interesting. It's the first time it's happening. July 4th, bike parade and concert and fireworks. So if it does rain, the fireworks will be the next day, but the 4th of July bike parade will be canceled. I just want to thank Northwell Hospital, Glen Cove Hospital, for donating the cookies again and being such a sponsor in that event. As we all know, it's camp season, and I think there's a few camps around this room. City camp is booked, sold out. We do have room at our after 3 program. I know La Fuerza has room. You guys have room?
I wrote yesterday, we did that.
You're booked out. So there's a couple of different things. Something new that we're working on with the city is fishing trips. So I know there's been a lot of interest with going out for day fishing trips. If anyone is interested in scheduling a fishing trip, or do you think there's interest, let me know. I'll get you in contact with the person who runs the charter. We're actually doing it for one of our camp trips this summer. It worked out amazing last year. But if anyone is interested, I can give you information. There's a permit that has to be filed through us, so I'll kind of guide you through all that stuff. Contact the company. We're trying to get him to come maybe once, twice, 3 times a month. He was supposed to have started already, but he's super busy in Queens. But he said if there's interest, gauge it out, and then we'll get this going.
What's the trip?
You can do half days or full days.
Oh.
So for us, for example, half day fishing trip, then we come back and we have a barbecue and Irish club. So being a member there, they're able to sponsor that and they do that stuff for us. So it's, the kids have an amazing time.
Sightseeing trips. Is it only fishing or do they do?
Believe it or not, we do a couple different things. We also have, the city, Donna, we work together to create something to utilize that space as much as possible. So there are different companies that are willing to come in and do sightseeing trips, alcohol, beverage type trips. They would request a permit. We're more than fair. We're actually a little bit cheaper than what everyone else is around here for them to use the facility. You rent it out and you go out. Why not? We live in Glen Cove. It's a beautiful waterfront. So whoever's done this has loved it. I actually have 1 trip booked, 1 more on the way, plus the fishing trip. So there's a lot of movement now on our waterfront, which is amazing. So if anyone has any questions, you can reach out to me. I can send you the permits. If the library would like to take its staff out, you know, whatever. In August, just please, and I'll send the flyers out. I spoke to our PR person for the city as well. The Snapper Derby will happen again, the Mayor Snapper Derby. We are trying to get as many kids as possible. It's one of those events that the kids have a blast that do come. There is some time, I believe it's the second Saturday in August, but I'll get you all that stuff. We also, I'm sorry.
Uses that flyer.
Rose
I
Meadow.
saw Dr. McKeon a couple of days ago, and he's, as I understand it, he's gonna be here.
So what they do is they send the information to Rose. I actually emailed Rose this
So
morning.
the city gets it.
Yeah, we wanted to confirm the dates. Apparently, when you don't go to a meeting, you get elected on board, so now I need a PR person for the English Club. So a lot of that stuff will come through me as well.
But for some years, it's been great and terrific, and other years, it's been hard to the info.
Correct, and there's usually a board up in City Hall, in Glen Cove as well when it's up. But the exact date, because I actually spoke to Sal this morning, is Snapper Derby is August 17th, starting at 8 AM. So.
And the kids have to be there on a recording.
Correct. In the past, they were able to get some sponsorships on some fishing rods. If anybody wants to do something and be there and give out fishing rods, it could be a dual effort. You know, some of these kids don't have a little snap. So, you know, whatever we can do to get as many people there as possible would be great. And hopefully the rain just stays away.
You know, sorry, you know, I got a lot of questions on, so on. Sponsorships available if you want to do those?
For the snapper, for the t-shirts, I would speak to Sal. I'm gonna say yes, there probably is. Because they do hats, they do the t-shirts, that no one will ever say no money.
I have.
We have our back to school supply drives in August, so if anybody wants to get involved with the Youth Bureau on school supplies and donations and stuff like that, let me know, or let Charmaine Clark know at the Youth Bureau. Really quick, you guys have seen a lot of movement around town, and I think mostly everyone's happy. You see all the new repairs, all the new construction, the parks look amazing, beaches look incredible, stadium has a beautiful fence up now. And there's still more projects coming, so Pascucci has started. The grass field is complete, the secondary field has begun. The foundation is already there, so we're building a nice little family environment in that area where it's been left for so many years to kind of go in shambles. So Pam has been great. I harass her all the time, and one day she's gonna say, "Get out of my office. I'm not giving you anything else," but I'm gonna take it till that day. I could have gotten at this point. But yeah, look around town. Sid started at Pribles. I think that's working out amazing. John did Jesus is down at downtown. I'm sorry, downtown is at Pribles. Sean, that's the letter. Downtown is at Pribles. Beautiful little setup. He's selling everything from umbrellas, to towels, to hats, to toys for the kids, food, very smart. Stuff that I would have liked to see done a long time ago.
And you can order food from the downtown. and
Correct.
What there.
If there's something you don't want that he has there, you can phone it and then they'll call you on the beach, come get your food. So it's a great idea. Jonathan Jesus is still at Morgan's. He's doing well. He's got his own little beach field thing going over there. You know, we have our concerts starting soon. Not to jump on Jill's thing, Jill has the Downtown Sound starting very soon. So Glenn, if I hear somebody say there's nothing to do, I'm gonna scream because nobody ever comes and they complain. But there's a lot going, there's a lot going.
What's the baseball?
This Friday is the vintage baseball game, starts at 7 o'clock. It's basically a way to see how they used to play baseball in the beginning. No gloves, old uniforms, that will be at Macron Stadium, Field 1. I'm sure there's a lot more I'm forgetting. You know, somebody says to me, why do you put everything on Facebook? Because I'm gonna forget otherwise. And just so you guys know what's going on, but there's a lot of movement. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's a great time to be in Glen Cove, right? It really is. It does. It has a Facebook,
Yeah, yeah.
so.
But we do try to share any information that anybody has through that. We also have like a group. So like you could share your own stuff in our group. I didn't bring the flyer this time, but I'll send out an email after this meeting that has the info on how to get to it, or you can just go on Facebook and you can find it that way too. Yeah,
If anyone is a golfer, it's a great time to support the golf course. They're looking to do a couple of things and revamp things, so the more memberships, the more people play, the better it is. I spoke with Bob 2 days ago, whenever I was there, and we're gonna try and do some family golfing, so the kids get a discount, or start the golf lessons again for kids, just to try and build up that facility as much as possible. And a new restaurant down there as well. You know,
Yeah.
the Marker opened up outside, the picnic area, backyard area. And I believe next month, it's a full, I mean, inside.
Beginning of August.
Beginning of August, there'll be a full, the Marker. Like a golf marker.
Mm.
So. And lastly, the basketball courts at Stanko will start construction in the fall. So we're gonna get a new set of basketball courts there too.
Awesome.
I quit.
That's neat.
And
Where's, at the, where the golf course?
that's Stanko.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's Stanko. And then our 5-year plan is gonna have to redevelop those tennis courts as well. So in the next couple of years.
Pickleball.
Pickleball. Yeah, they want to start an adult league. I said, come, take a job application, go for it. But that's, you know, that's the city side of things. Anyone have any questions, comments? Anyone else, concerns? No? So, yes,
I know it's not part of, or maybe they are part of the organization, but I'm thinking Morgan Park Summer Music Festival. And opens with one night in Memphis. It's a great lineup of shows. Carolyn and I work on that. I don't know if there's anybody around the table who's also on that board, but we're gonna have another great season. It's just gonna be terrific. And I think the combination of Friday and then Sunday, again, as you say, I will, you know, little things that folks, if they say there's nothing to do too. So a lot of people working hard to make it happen. Incredible.
so now to bring some,
Now Sounds is also having, I don't know what, so, oh, there you go. Yeah, she was.
But yeah, if you want to fire out.
Is there a rain location? A rain location?
No rain.
So what the.
Yeah, it's either weather, yeah,
Oh, that's-
we try to wait as long as possible for.
Thank you.
Last year we had at least half of them, we had thunderstorms in the morning.
Seriously?
We were watching and watching. And it cleared up. We don't like to call it too early. But there is, and last year we were lucky, so hopefully.
Oh, dance mechanics, we had them here recently, they're
Yeah,
fantastic.
And they were.
They're wonderful.
It's great fun.
anyone else have anything else?
Well, I just wanted to let everyone know, I'm trying to really keep the food pantry calendar on our IAC website up to date. If you want to take a peek at our website and look at the food pantry, I know the library gets a lot of questions about the food pantry. Some people have been nice. You know, I asked them and they said, yeah, I got you from the library. So if you want to take a peek, all the schedule of all the food pantries in town are there. And if anybody, wants to add their food pantry or change their hours, because sometimes they change, Nosh was changing locations a lot. Just let me know. I'm Colleen Spinello. I think I'm listed on that email too.
Took you out.
Okay. Thank you.
It's not.
Yes, they are.
That's great.
Yeah, they love it over there.
Anyone else?
Geez, just like when I was. No, want to start with blood cold. And one of the things that we're doing, June 22nd, everybody got a flyer on having defensive driving at the Trinity Lutheran Church. It's 8:30 in the morning. It's $45 a person, and it's an 8-hour course. Went out from.
It's worth the money.
A lot of you have gone, so it's, you know, it's cool. And you do get a discount. I had one of my clients, because I do this in Bayside also, and she told me she saved $650 in car insurance, which kind of blew me away. So, you know, and since car insurance is going up like triple, you know, because I just got my new insurance bill, couldn't get over how fast the car insurance bill went. Kiwanis, the other thing we've been doing Kiwanis is that some of you know, but I have a Lady M project, which is basically I'm asking to the Trinity Lutheran Church any feminine hygiene products. Back in the, I was gonna say a few years ago, just recently, the state of New York said that they would no longer put sales tax on women's hygiene products, because they were putting sales tax on it. And the women, which I don't blame them, were very, very upset, because I was upset, because men didn't have that. So really, they didn't. You know, the men getting Trojans, they didn't have to pay sales tax. We had to pay sales tax. So there you go. So anyway, so what I'm trying to do, because there's a lot of women, there's a lot of teenagers who have not gone to school because they did not have anything to help them once a month. So what I'm looking for and what our club does is that we send, you can go on Amazon and it's so cheap. It's $7 and it's only every 3 months. And I send it to Travis. Yeah, he's a here, because I don't want it in my house. But you can buy a package of 80 and Travis and his, that's such a great name. And they break it up and they give it to their, in their pantry. So they have a food pantry. They also have a clothes drive. So our club collects clothing for them. And so usually we had a big drive this past fall and, well, spring. And, you know, when you're cleaning out your closet, you have all these coats and things, you go, well, this is nobody really cares about that if you don't have. You know, if you don't have, you don't care if it's out of date. The same thing with the homeless shelter. The Presbyterian Church is still open. You know, and so we donate clothing to them. You know, these are all men, and a lot of them are working now because they're seasonals. But when winter comes, when fall comes, they don't have a job. You know, often they're unemployed. And last year, unfortunately, we had 5 homeless people that died, primarily because they were covered in poison ivy and mosquito bites.
Oh, yeah.
Covered, because of where they have to live. We do not have a shelter in this town, and I don't want to go there. But that's besides the point. We have there's a place, and we don't have a women's shelter, which also upsets me to no end. But there is a shelter in Hempstead, which is. But anyway, but I'm just saying back to the Lady M project. So if you have any questions, everybody here probably knows who I am, where I can be found.
She's on the website.
So, but really just, you know, because I think that's really important, because we don't think of the teenagers, the girls who, and it just amazes me how many girls do not go to school. Because of that, because once a month they can't go, because they don't have that kind of money. So I'm just saying, so that to me is a very, very, and guys can do it too, because one goes, well, I had a sister and a mother, you know what I'm saying? Come on, it's not like a big, deep, dark secret. So, and this program runs in Europe and it's called Period, which I love. And I wanted to call it here and people had a heart attack. So come on, get out of your shop. And that's about it, because, you know, I'm rude and I will not stop you.
The driving course, how, and, do you have to retake the test
Every 3 years, you renew every 3.
every 3 years?
Right, right. And you use,
To get the
because
discount.
Empire Safety Council, that's the sponsor, they usually send you a postcard saying that it's time for you to take it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I've done it here at the library a few times. So, okay, that's it. Oh, don't forget the Juneteenth Day, which is coming up Saturday. You know, that's I am your brother, I am your sister.
So the,
But you didn't say I'm your brother, I'm your sister.
anyone else? Yeah,
We actually have. Managed, but it's an organization that I was unfamiliar with. But when I discussed on the phone with Layla, she was a doll, it turns out I was in high school with her husband. And they're running it down in Morgan's Park, and I think one of the performers that they're having that day will also be here at the library.
Yeah, yeah, so, well, cool.
It's just another connection.
Hey, this is a small town, that's why I'm glad I grew up in Brooklyn. Everybody knows everything.
The combined choir of our historically African American churches are also.
Yeah. The high school music comes.
Yeah.
They know it's.
While I'm listening to all the important updates, I'm also admiring the photography on the wall. And this is a great room to have art displays. And I was just wondering if there was a background to the photography and what opportunities for local artists might there be for display of
Sure,
work?
if anybody is interested in exhibiting or having an exhibit here, they can reach out to me, Amy Mondello, for the library. We book exhibits for a month long. This exhibit that we have on display was also set up by my coworker, Marissa, in conjunction with the art photography teacher at the Glencoe High School. And during the month of May, which was photography month, we had the students come in to take photos in the library using whatever they could find in the library. And this is the result of their work. And it's very nice. And we change them every month. I believe coming up next month, we have an exhibit by a woman who photographed and interviewed the women living at Living Waters. In Glencoe. And now Lisa Cohen had put me in touch with, that, and I can't recall her name off the top of my head, but she's gonna be exhibiting here for the month of July. And it's gonna be another beautiful exhibit. So if you have anybody, any artists that you know of, please have them reach out to me. Would love to display their work.
That's awesome. That's a quick question, what did happen to the Hope Boys?
So we're at the high school right now.
Oh, is that the high
They're
school?
on
Right at price.
Okay, no, I was just wondering, because I was here,
I
reading.
don't- Next, Lydia, I think coordinated that with the different organizations as to where it's gonna be on display.
Okay, but those are pretty cool.
I drove to drop my kids off at school and I'm like, oh, it's home. It's so happy to see it. It's really nice.
Oh, cool, cool.
We're actually looking for a place downtown. I would walk around with Lydia, so we're trying to find the right, but, they're kind of big, so we'll hopefully have a place in July somewhere in the downtown area.
would we be able to get one of the vacant buildings that have just glass and just put everything around?
I was kind of hoping that, but I think they're too big and they're, the way that they are, I don't think that might work.
Because they're the size of the door, the inside of the
Yeah,
door.
they're each
Yeah.
panel.
They're
Each
very
one
big.
is like 5
No. But they're not waterproof, but I know that they stay with all the caps in there,
Right.
but they can be out in the weather.
Yes,
Good.
I did give Lydia a whole bunch of caps that my daughter found in the bottom of her book bag yesterday that we forgot to turn in. So she's like, this is
Ready for
great
next
for
year.
policemen, because she said there were a couple that had fallen off. So the big orange Gatorade caps.
Well, no, because they were wonderful. I was saying it was a great thing. Principal Amy, she was from Friends Academy.
Mhm.
But that was a wonderful project for the community. A lot of kids came out. So I'm just saying, it's like, that was a lot of fun for us to do. Which, you know, Tony was there, Katie was there, I was there.
And I love that Mike was involved too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was the guy.
Right.
It's
This is the
He did the work. with the-
Right. So I just want, like, no one, I haven't seen it, like in the news or the meaning, the local news, of where the boards are. So maybe we could, somebody put something, say the next stop is going to be someplace in downtown.
Yeah,
China,
yeah,
find-
downtown hall, make sure we get a photo.
Cool.
I can send a photo, if you want to do a reference to today's meeting and say it's discussed, I can send you a photo of the one at the high school.
Sure.
And then you can, say, oh, it was discussed, but no, everybody's seen it. Let's make it.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you if you want to use it.
I have something to add.
Time's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fall Festival for the Glen Cove Chamber of Commerce, save the date for September 28th. Hopefully it doesn't conflict with anything. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Everybody heard that?
Means
He
nothing.
runs everything else, so. Well, you guys run everything else too. September 28th, and the rain date is October 5th, because you know, you need a rain date. We're gonna still be back at, Garvey's Point. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we've had it now. This is gonna be our third year. We did actually run it last year, but it was in the rain. It was our rain date too. And then we wound up just going for it, and it was not as wonderful as the first year. The first year was outstanding, so we're looking forward to having another outstanding event. It's a free event, so like literally anything goes. We usually have vendors that come and they sell their wares, but otherwise we have bounce houses, we have games, and we give away prizes for free, and lots of fun things, popcorn machines and all that stuff. Reasonable price. Time, I think we've run it from 11 to 4, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
And it's also right next to that little playground.
and
which is
we
nice. So
we
it's-
situate it right by the playground, so it's, and it's on the water there, and it's just gorgeous. So everybody cross your fingers or whatever you need to do to make sure our date is nice that day. And then on another front, for the Waterfront Center, I know I'm in Oyster Bay at the Waterfront Center, but there's some cool things happening in Oyster Bay and the Waterfront Center that I want to share with you. We have this new vessel called the Ida May. It's this large oyster dredge that just launched this season. So it's brand new. It's called, again, it's Ida May. And we're gonna combine with the Oyster Bay Historical Society to bring history cruises on the bay. And there's a couple dates, I'll send them out, but the first ones are June 23rd, July 13th, August 17th, and August 25th. It's only $65 per person, and you have a 2-hour cruise, and you go along with somebody from the Historical Society. So it's kind of a combination of fun things on there. The other thing I want to tell you is on Thursdays this year, because we're going to be celebrating our 25th season on the water, years of being on the water, is $25 Thursdays. So that means you can kayak for an hour and a half for $25. You can do stand-up paddle for $25. You can rent a sailboat an hour for $25. And you can go on our Christine, which is our other vessel, which is the Oyster Sloop, which is a beautiful vessel, for $25 for a sunset cruise. So if I don't see you guys, it's any Thursday. So, in the summer. So I hope you guys definitely come out. It's going to be beautiful. And other than that, for the IAC, we do try to keep a record of the meeting. And we have videos. Dan's been featured several times with the history as well. But we do try to keep, this is kind of like our live meeting minutes kind of thing. So we have it on Zoom. And then we keep it on a YouTube page, and then it feeds into our regular website. So if you ever need to you could make a meeting, you can always go back and find out what you've missed, ideally. And if you have any record changes, new people that came or left, or there's something that's changed in your emails or anything, please notify me. So then I could update the information, because we also have a directory. So if you need to contact anyone sitting around here or any one of our 50 members, you can go through our directory and find them. And as well as Colleen had mentioned, again, the food pantry, we keep up to date. So there's elements of our website we try to keep live. We do have this Facebook page. We have a LinkedIn page, which is not very active at all, but if people want to join that, we could start making that a little more active. And then we have the group. And that's it for me.
Who would have thought?
Over 50 years ago now. Yeah, we're over 50 years old as an organization, right? And what else? We're going strong. We have over 50 members and, you know, yeah, there's a lot of great things that, you know, as a group we put together and we make happen, so.
You know, the website conveys that and it does a very nice job.
Thanks.
What kind of feedback have you got through
Yours. No, no. No, but some people have asked about the IAC and it's nice because it has an option to join us as membership on the IAC website. So like if they have, they want to become members, they could do that. If they want to learn about our meetings, they can see that. It's like everything is, you know, up to date on that. You know, I tried to keep an area where it was old member news, but I felt like that was just becoming like an extra step where everybody was just going to Facebook anyway. So I kind of stopped doing the member news area. But that feed still is live. It's going through to the Facebook areas. But again, if anybody has things to share, usually I take the meeting, flyers and I post them on after the meetings. But if you didn't have a flyer today like me, email it to me and I can get it there. And, my email address is use the, I'm gonna give you guys a different email address because we're having an issue with one of our emails. So use the glencoviac@gmail.com. Use that one.
I believe next year, yeah, she's correct.
Looking at me.
I think it's next year, next June.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about that too, actually. So, yeah, if you want to join our board, this is our luxurious board right here. And so elections, you could start thinking about if you want to, it's very hard. We work so hard at making this amazing. We're not just joking. I mean, you get to hang out with these guys, so yeah, how hard is that? We meet once every other week now. We meet maybe once a month. Maybe. Yeah.
We get stuff done.
Yeah, exactly. Even through COVID, right?
I think we should
did.
recycle and start with previous presidents. and let
No,
them-
no.
There you go. Oh, and with that, we also need meeting locations for next year.
Sharon's.
Yeah,
Sharon, president.
yes. Well, usually we cycle through the locations.
Yes, we do need
Um,
locations by the September meeting. If you guys can go back and find out from your agencies if they're willing to host next year. So September is City Hall, December is usually a Christmas party. Last year we were hosted, which was amazing. It saved everyone a lot of money.
Yes.
If anyone wants to do that, May is always at the school district, so in between there, if anyone would like to host. Just let us know at the September meeting. We'd like to have the calendar set up for the year. It's just easier for everyone, if we know where we are.
We usually have a year. And
Is it? Are you
usually
guys
July.
okay with June?
Yeah.
Okay, so next June, so we got September, December, no, September and June taken care of.
No, you said May too.
Well, in May, yeah, September and June.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, perfect.
And who's treating us for dinner?
Katie's gonna do it at his house for Christmas.
You got it.
Everybody is recorded. It's been recorded. Minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't know me. On the second and fourth Friday of every month at Emerge, we do a drumming session that's free to the community.
So much
It's called
fun.
The Healthy Beat. A couple of meetings ago, we hosted the meeting for IAC a couple of meetings ago, and our members participated in one of the classes. It's a lot of fun. It's really good exercise. It's very Parkinson's oriented, big movements, repetitive sequences. But it's a really good workout. And just want to let you know, it's at Emerge, which is 2 Medical Plaza, 10 a.m. on the 2nd and 4th Friday of the month. So this coming Friday is a session. It's open to the community. It's just if you could let us know that you're coming, just so we can be prepared for numbers. And that's it. A lot of fun.
Bring
It
the
was
game.
fun, right?
Bring the game.
Chickens.
Oh, they, oh, nice,
Alright.
nice.
Guys, have a wonderful, safe, fun summer, and we'll see you
In
in
September.
September.
We're gonna have a regular storm with that.
Oh, yeah, because they're not on spring, so end of July.
Yeah. Here is,
Must be a lot of beef.
last. That's, Thursday, July 25th until 28th.
I'm gonna go to that this year.
Always a lot of fun, so please come on out to the church singing.
All right, Joe, you're right.
That will be.
Let's go for the $5.